Hey, good morning. How are y'all doing? It's me again, your favorite Texas trucker, and I'm back out on the road. I had a little bit of a hiccup yesterday. Yesterday was the load I took to Nebraska over in Valley, and it was a Menards finishing plant. I guess where they put the final touches on the things that they sell, I don't know. Anyway, they didn't have a load for me to pick up out of there. We don't get to Nebraska very often. It's a rare run, so I was really happy to get to make it, but they don't have anything coming out of there. And while I was there, I sent my dispatcher a message. I let him know I was there, and asked him if he had anything for me to pick up out of there so that I could go ahead and get that took care of too. But he didn't have nothing, so he told me to head to Shelby, Iowa. As soon as I was done there, I was going to the Menards distribution center in Shelby, and he didn't have a load for me yet, but apparently he had one lined up and he was fixing to get it. So I headed to Shelby. About halfway there, I got the dispatch, so I went ahead and pulled off on the shoulder of the road, did the paperwork, and got everything lined out so that when I got there, I could just run right in and take care of my business. So anyway, I got to Menards in Shelby, and went inside. My load wasn't ready yet. Big disappointment for me because it was pretty early in the afternoon still, and I was really hoping to be able to get it about halfway to its destination and then stop for the day at Love's, so I could go and catch a shower and all that good stuff, and it just didn't work out like that. So I didn't have much choice but to sit there and wait. So that's what I did. I went in and tried to get some sleep, and I couldn't get any sleep. I have a real hard time getting back to sleep until I've run a whole day, and what I did was I ran about 5 hours, finishing the load, taking it to Valley, and then coming back to Shelby. I ran about 5 hours. I sat in the dock maybe 30-40 minutes, and I wasn't tired. I tried to sleep, I just wasn't tired, and it was cold outside, so I laid down and I turned on the S-bar heater and just kind of laid there and went to sleep. And I guess I had the heater cranked up too high because it was a furnace in this thing, and the heat woke me up. And then once I woke up, there wasn't no going back to sleep. I laid there tossing and turning, trying to get to sleep, and man, it just wasn't happening. So I decided I was going to get up and go back into the shipping office. You can go through the guard gate, but you can go in the shipping office also to find out if your load's ready or not. And they said they were going to call me, but I went ahead and got up, went into the shipping office because they don't always do what they say, and it was locked. They were closed. I thought the shipping office was open 24 hours, but apparently it's not. Since you get the stuff from the guard gate, I guess they only work at 9 to 5. So I came back to the truck and I got dressed again. I laid down and tried to go to sleep. My phone rang. There it is, 1 o'clock in the morning. My phone's ringing. And I answer it, and it was them telling me my load was ready. So I went ahead and I hooked up to everything, got it all done. Did my pre-trip, went back on duty, and now I'm on the road and running. I got about 6 hours or so to get to where I'm going. They ask you when you leave at Menards, they ask you how long it's going to take you to deliver the load, and and I told them about 7.5 hours, even though I knew it was only going to take me about 6. So the reason I did that, I always give myself a little bit of leeway. I don't ever, if I figure it's going to take me 6 hours, I never tell them 6 hours. I always give myself at least an hour of leeway. This time I gave myself an hour and a half because I'm gonna stop at Lowe's and I'm gonna take a shower. So I'm gonna catch my 30-minute break while I'm taking a shower, and then I'll finish it in. I'll bring it the last couple hours in. But in about 4 hours, I'm gonna stop and take a break, and hopefully I'll be able to find some place to park this truck while I take a shower. I shouldn't have too much of a problem doing that. Being it's out, it's 2 o'clock in the morning, it'll be around 6 when I roll in. That's about the time a lot of them guys will be pulling out, so I shouldn't have too much of a problem finding me a parking spot. And hopefully I won't anyway. One way or another, I'm gonna get a shower. You know, if I gotta park this thing out on the road and walk, you know, I'm gonna get it and get a shower. So, take my break there, and then I'll finish it out and make that delivery. So that's just kind of the update, you know. At Menards, they've got a scale, and I did that video leaving the Menards distribution. They only saw the 2 scales that they had up there. They've got an axle scale here at this Menards that I just left. So I scaled the load out. You have to scale 1 axle at a time. One axle, 1 set of axles at a time. So you pull up onto the scale and you do your drives, and then you write that number down. And then you pull forward until sorry, I got that backwards. You pull up until your steer tires are on the plate. You write that weight down, then you pull forward till your drive tires are on that plate. And then you pull forward till your trailer tandems are on that plate. And every time that you pull forward, you stop, let it go ahead and settle, and then you write that number down. And that's your total weight. Well, Menards is a little bit difficult because they don't give weights on their bill of lading. So when you do your paperwork on the Qualcomm, you have to put in a number of pieces and weight. Typically, the number of pieces are pallets, but Menards never packs these things on pallets. They just kind of stuff shit wherever it fits. You know, it can be a hazard to open those doors. You know, you open the doors and shit come falling out. You know, and so when you open the doors, if you ever deliver at Menards, you really kind of be careful when you make the delivery if you're delivering to a store. Some of the drivers will make the people there open the door. That way the shit falls on them. I'll go ahead and open the door, but I don't do it very quick. I do it really slow. That way if anything starts falling, I can hopefully catch it before it hits the ground. That's how Menards weighs. But a lot of times Menards loads are not really very heavy, and this one wasn't very heavy. So when you scale a load out, you know, like for instance on this load right here, I scaled out. They already had the tandem slid, or somebody had the tandem slid, and it's not perfect. I could have got it a lot closer, but I mean, hell, it was legal, so I just ran with it. I'm 12,000 pounds even on the steer. I'm running 22,580 on my drive, and I'm running 28,580 on my trailer tandems. So my total weight was 63,160. I'm reading it right. Maybe 28,160. Sometimes I can't read my handwriting. But anyway, my total weight on there was 63,160. My truck and trailer, there's always a little bit of a fluctuation depending on how much fuel's in the tank and how much you know, the trailers weigh different. We have older trailers, newer trailers. They don't always weigh the exact same. You know, some of the trailers have dualies on them. Some of them have super singles, and that changes the weights a little bit there. But typically my truck weighs about 32,250 empty. So you take that total number and then you subtract 32,250 from it to get your total weight. That left me with 30,910 pounds on weight. Okay, and so that's what I put in on the Qualcomm, is 30,910 pounds. And you know, with Menards, you kind of got to do it like that because they don't ever put weights on their bill of lading, which can be a little frustrating for the driver. Mostly they're usually not that heavy, and they usually got a scale on site. So I scaled out, you know, there at Menards, and you know, I got my weights figured out. I don't need to stop and scale at you know, like Lowe's or something like that. It's a waste of $10. Our load's light enough that, you know, I'm legal, you know, all the way around. Like I said, the trailer axle and the drive axles don't match. You know, there's considerable weight difference between the two. I'm a little light on the drives, and you know, but you know, it's not a big deal. I mean, we're not in any inclement weather right now. If it was snowing out, I'd want to be heavy on the drives. So, you know, in such case, if it was snowing, if there was ice, you know, or even if there was rain, I would stop and slide the tandems and shift that weight so that the heavier weight was on the drive instead of on the trailer. High winds, you know, when you've got a lot of high wind, you might want the weight a little bit heavier in the trailer to keep from getting knocked all over the place. But that wind's going to do what it's going to do, and at this light of a weight, it's not going to make that much of a difference regardless. So I'm just running with it, you know, and I'm going to get there here in a little bit. I'm expecting this to be a little bit of a rough ride because I'm pretty tired. Well, not yet. I'm not really tired yet, but I've got that, I don't even know how to describe it, you know. I've got that feeling, you know, that if I wanted to lay down right now and go to sleep, I can lay down and go to sleep. You know, I'm at that point where, you know, I'm starting to, you know, the long day is starting to wear on me a little bit. You know, the 2.5-hour nap, whatever it was I got earlier, definitely helped. But it wasn't really enough. But I got to get this load there, you know. I mean, I'm not impaired. I know my limits, and I'm not impaired, but it's going to be a difficult run. So I've got some snacks set aside, you know, when I'm driving. I do these almonds, you know, so I keep a bag of almonds here by the chair, and you know, I've got Monsters in the cooler right here next to me, you know, so I'll get a little bit of energy. I'll probably stop at a Pilot up here before long and get some coffee, and then I'm planning that shower break at Lowe's right when I expect it to get the worst. So you know, I mean, I'll be good, but it's going to be a bit of a struggle today, and it always is when I get in this state. You know, this happens to me every now and again, where I won't be able to complete a day. I'll have to end the day really early, you know, and you know, because of something like this, because I'm sitting here waiting on the load. So I had to end the day. I did my whole 10-hour break, you know, before they called me. You know, that's how long I was there waiting. I was actually there about 11 hours. But you know, I did my break. I didn't get as much sleep as I wanted to get, but this load's got to get there. Not just because you know, Millis and myself I pride myself on getting the load there, you know, on time, not just on time, but early. And you know, Millis prides themselves on you know, great customer service, so you know, I definitely want to uphold that also. But also because with that breakdown I had last week, because of the blown tire, losing 3 days, having that bad paycheck, you know, which came out to about $275, you know. You know, that's 2 paychecks in a row that were bad. The last one because of home time, and then this one last week about $275 because of a breakdown. You know, and I can't be making that little amount of money right there. Man, I don't like making small money, you know, I like making big money. And so I got to make up a little bit of that, you know. And this load right here will put me at about 2,100 miles. That's where I'll be sitting at when I deliver this equipment. So it's important to me to get it there as quick as I can get it there, so I can get it delivered, so that I can get on the list to get another load, because apparently freight's down just a hair. You know, loads aren't coming like they were, and I'm not getting pre-planned like I'm accustomed to getting done. So, you know, I'm hoping to get there as quick as I can get there, get it dropped off. You know, maybe catch a run for the weekend. You know, that'll be about 1,500 miles. 1,400, 1,500 miles or something. You know, it'll carry me all the way through till next Monday. You know, I can run it all through the weekend. You know, get it there, deliver it on Monday, and you know, and in the week with about 3,600. That's what I'd really like. You know, it's probably not going to happen that way, but that's what I'd really like. So anyway, that's kind of the update, and I got another video I'm going to do here a little bit later. I'll wait till I start getting a little bit tired and I need a